We've got excellent connection. The stream should be up and running. Nelson is here. Wow. How you doing, Nelson? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Start a poll. Start a poll. Have you liked and subscribed yet? Hi. Yes or no? I hate having rights. What's up, everybody? What's up? It's the Swoletariat. It's the Democratic Socialists. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Alrighty, alrighty. The libs are after you now? I know, bro. You know you're doing something right when you piss off the libs and the conservatives. See, the difference is that the conservatives want me dead, and the libs just want me to shut up. But unfortunately, we will not be okay with the status Cuomo, and we are going to flip the fucking board. This is the rise of democratic socialism. Succhiamo il cazzo, puttana liberana. They think you're being a doomer. Yeah, they think I'm being a doomer because they are incapable of accepting reality. And the reality is you're not voting your way out of fascism. That doesn't happen. You vote your way into fascism, and then you shoot your way out. Every time, without fucking fail. What do you think they're going to have? Who wants fascism? Who doesn't? Okay, the no's have it. We're not doing fascism. That's what you think is going to fucking happen? You dumb bitch? You stupid bitch? You fucking idiot? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, we've got news. So, Trump is absolutely shaking in his boots, horrifying. He's not just... Funny thing is, we all know who Chris is talking about. I saw that video. I don't know who the fuck she is, but I mean, she's on the wrong goddamn side if she thinks that you could vote your way out of this shit. Why are you being doom-pilled? Why are you telling people we're cooked? Because we're cooked, sweetheart. Because we're fucked, sweetheart. Jesus. Anyway, Trump is horrified. Trump is afraid. The reason why Trump sent in the National Guard, the reason why there's FBI agents, the reason why he's taking over the DC police is not because he's feeling emboldened. It's because he's feeling afraid. And if you remember, months ago, or was it last month, during Trump's big birthday parade when he brought in all those military vehicles, I kept on telling you, I said, hey, those military vehicles are staying. This is the prelude to Trump's takeover. And I was right, just like I always fucking am. More than half of that military gear stayed in D.C. They're bringing in all these fucking troops. And I do have to say one thing. If you are in the military and you don't resign, you're a fucking bootlicking cuck. You're a bootlicking cuck. You're about to be deployed on your own U.S. soil to fight against your fellow American, and you don't have the balls to fucking quit? Oh, Chris, you can't just quit. Then, sorry, they go, Chris, you can't just quit without being thrown in Fort Leavenworth. Then go to fucking Fort Leavenworth. Shut the fuck up. Be a real man. Anyway, we have other news, which is that the Trump-Putin meeting in Alaska, that's going to end up happening. I don't think service members can resign. That's not true. If you think that service members are enslaved, you are incorrect. They can quit. It's just going to be a violation of their contract. And my answer to that is, go ahead, violate your fucking contract. Oh... Anyway. Oh, man, this frag is getting hot. Yeah, no, for real. Zohran released a scathing campaign video all about Cuomo being on the Epstein list. Let me say that again. Zohran just released a scathing campaign video all about Cuomo being on the fucking Epstein list. You guys want to see it? It's fucking incredible.
4 years ago, Andrew Cuomo resigned in disgrace, and you probably know why.
The governor's office kept the nursing home death data secret.
Cuomo aggressively groped an aide.
Inappropriately touched a female state trooper.
Use of state resources for a COVID-19 memoir.
Less well known is what he spent the last 4 years doing, besides getting trounced in the Democratic primary. In 2022, Cuomo started Innovation Strategies LLC to represent individuals and corporations in a variety of matters. Definitely not vague. Last year, it raked in more than $500,000. Who paid for Cuomo's services? He refuses to say. But what journalists have been able to piece together is troubling. In April, Bloomberg revealed that Cuomo advised a cryptocurrency exchange based in the Seychelles as it faced federal investigations. Then in May, Politico reported that Cuomo failed to disclose $2.6 million in stock options to the New York City Conflicts of Interest Board. His excuse? The stocks were technically owned by Innovation Strategies LLC, of which he's the sole proprietor. Finally, in June, the New York Times uncovered that Cuomo had worked with his longtime friend Andrew Farkas on a luxury marina project in Puerto Rico.
Anybody else know who Andrew Farkas is? You're about to find out.
Farkas' previous partner on luxury marinas in the Caribbean? Jeffrey Epstein.
We had a finance chair like none other, Andrew Farkas.
That's the thing about Andrew Cuomo. Once you think you found out about all of his scandals, you find out about another, and then another, and then probably another. But if my friend, the disgraced former governor of the state of New York, feels that's unfair, Habibi, release your client list.
Love it. I absolutely
Years ago,
love
Andrew
it. This is how you go on the offense, okay? See, you know, like the whole bullshit of when they go low, we go high? Shut the fuck up. When they go low, go fucking lower, okay? And you know what Cuomo and the rest of the Republican Party have been doing? They've been Islamophobic, attacking him for being Muslim. They've been racist, attacking him for being Ugandan. They've threatened to arrest him. They've threatened to deport him. They have gone so far that they punched Zohran in the stomach and he said, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking balls. You're on the Epstein list. Honestly, it's a genius strategy. It's a winning strategy. Nobody fucking wants to support some guy who's on the goddamn Epstein list. Actually, the Republican Party does. The entire Republican fucking party does. We've got other clips too. Check this out. Trump just did like some fucking meeting on, what was it, MSNBC? He did some phone call on MSNBC, and it is just embarrassingly pathetic. We got a couple of clips here. Listen to this one.
Poll numbers I've ever had.
Among
I
Republicans.
have poll numbers where I'm 71%. I have the best poll numbers. Look,
those are among Republicans.
No. Among Republicans, I'm at 94 and 95%. No, I'm talking about generally. I have the. Let me put it this.
That is so incorrect. It's laughable. Donald Trump's favorability rating has plummeted under 50%. It's somewhere between 30 and 40% of Americans, by and large, support this fat fascist piece of shit. Okay? And he is right about, like, in the Republican Party, the numbers are higher, but not in the fucking 90s. Not in the fucking 90s.
There was a gentleman on Harry Emden yesterday on CNN, and he went crazy over how...
Honestly, I think I got to record all this. I think I got to record all of this. We got to get it all queued up. We got to get it all queued up. All right. All right. Let's get this too. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. What up, Jack? All right, let's get recording. Let's get to recording. Hi, how you doing? We got a lot of news today. Ukraine, Zelenskyy says he will not give any land to the Russians, as he fucking should. Oh, that did not come out properly. Let's start that again. Hi, how are you? We've got a whole bunch of news to cover today. We're going to start with Ukraine, and Zelenskyy says he will not give any land to the Russians, and that giving them that land would be a springboard into the new war, which is incredibly true and incredibly based. Don't give a fucking inch to that Russian piece of shit bald loser. Next thing we're going to cover is Zohran Mamdani. He dropped a scathing campaign ad against Cuomo where he accuses Cuomo of being on the Epstein list. And I buy it. I totally believe it. We already know that Andrew Cuomo is a fucking pervert and a sex pest, and he's buddy-buddy with Donald Trump. But it gets even further than that. It turns out that Cuomo's, one of his top financiers, Farkas, was also Jeffrey Epstein's financier, which is a little bit strange and a little bit concerning. And then we've got Trump went on, I believe, MSNBC. Thank you for the $5. Trump went on MSNBC and did this phone call interview about his favorability rating and about gerrymandering, and he actually loses his shit going, no, I have a 93% approval rating. No, you're wrong. Like, I actually think that this is one of the few things where Trump isn't lying, right? Trump actually thinks he has a 78% approval rating among Americans and a 98 approval rating among Republicans. I actually think he's that fucking delusional. Those numbers are unheard of, by the way, except for FDR. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about. We're going to dive into it. I know I'm losing frames right now, but bite the bullet and accept it. I have a $4 setup. I'm Chris Valenti. If you want to support this channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you want to support me financially, please do. You can become a patron on Patreon. Donate $1, $2, $5 a month. Huge shout out to the patrons. You keep this channel going. You could also become a member on YouTube for $5. You can get access to a whole bunch of cool emotes. Huge shout out to the members. You could buy merch down below, like that Democratic Socialist poster. Please let me know if that poster is too expensive, because it's not really selling compared to the other stuff. And then you could use a 40% off discount for Ground News, and you can hit the thanks button to send me a tip. But other than that, I think we should just dive right the fuck into the video, huh? So we're gonna start off with the Guardian's coverage here. Get the fuck out of my face. Ukraine will not cede land that could be Russian springboard for new war, Zelenskyy says. Ukrainian leader sees no sign of Russia preparing to cease fire after reports of frontline breach in Donbass. And he's right. Putin has no reason to stop his assault, okay? If the way that I look at it is like this. The Russians and the Ukrainians are in a competition of who can hold their blood in the longest. They're both bleeding out. The Russians don't have enough fuel to keep this going. The Ukrainians don't have enough men to keep this going. And if you're in a contest of who can bleed out longer, it's Russia. Russia can bleed out longer than Ukraine can. And that seemingly is what's going to happen. But to Zelensky's point, if you give land, specifically Luhansk, Donetsk, the Zaporizhia regions, Donbass, you give all of that to Putin, it is going to give him time and capability to rearm, reamass, and reassault Ukraine. Let's keep on reading here. Volodymyr Zelenskyy has said Ukraine could not agree to a Russian proposal to give up more of his country's territory in exchange for a ceasefire because Moscow would use what it gained as a springboard to start a future war. The Ukrainian president said he did not believe that Donald Trump supported Russia's demands, and he expressed hope the U.S. leader would act as an honest mediator when he meets Vladimir Putin in Alaska on Friday. He added there was no sign that Russia was preparing to implement a ceasefire, as reports emerged that small sabotage groups had pierced Ukrainian defenses in the eastern Donbass, advancing about 6 miles in 3 days. Zelenskyy also warned that Russia was planning new offensive on 3 parts of the front line. I do want to point something out, a little tangent here. 6 miles in 3 days is giving World War I. It's giving you're losing thousands and thousands and thousands of men to take a football field. You know, and I'm not stupid enough to think a football field is 6 miles. Go fuck yourself. But that's not a lot of land. And at least according to Trump, there's fucking thousands of people dying every fucking week. Speaking to journalists in the run-up to the Trump-Putin summit, and a day before a virtual meeting with U.S. and European leaders, Zelenskyy said he believed Putin wanted to dominate his country because he, quote, does not want a sovereign Ukraine. And he doesn't. Putin doesn't want a sovereign Ukraine. The number one exporter out of Russia is natural gas, okay? And do you know what they have all over Ukraine? Natural gas, specifically in the Donbass, right? In the Donbass region. All Putin is trying to do is prevent him from having a competitor when it comes to their nation's number one export, which is natural gas and oil. This is all about money. It all goes back to capitalism. It was therefore dangerous, Zelenskyy said, for Ukraine to be forced by the U.S. into accepting Russia's demand to take over parts of Donbass it does not control after the Alaska summit. The region sought by Russia amounted to about 90,000 square kilometers of the country. Holy fuck. That is an insane amount of land to just give to a foreign invader. Thank you for becoming a loyalist, Colleen. Jesus Christ. So, in terms of the Russia-Ukraine stuff, the best update we're going to get is on Friday when Trump meets with Putin in Alaska, which I feel like Putin's going to ask for Alaska back. Don't forget, Alaska used to be Russia. We bought it from the Russians. I wouldn't be too surprised if Trump willingly sold Alaska to the fucking Ruskies. Anyway, we're going to move on now to Zohran Mamdani and his campaign ad against Cuomo, where he fucking, oh, dude, it's great. It's about a minute and a half. We're going to watch it real quick. But, I mean, it is incredible. And there's one thing that I want to say that I want to start sticking around, which is that the whole point of democratic socialism is to get rid of the status quo. That, you know, the Republicans, they do shit, but it's all evil, and the Democrats do nothing. They just want to maintain the status quo. So something that I want to stick is abandon the status Cuomo. You like that? I like that. And Zohran, if you're watching this, take it. Take it, bro. I mean, if there's one thing that New York has been stuck with, it's the Cuomos. It's the status Cuomo. Mario fucking Cuomo, Andrew fucking Cuomo, Chris fucking Cuomo. These goddamn Fredo-ass, fake Italian-ass bitches, vaffangool. Like, literally, they are a disgrace to my fucking culture. Anyway, let's watch this.
Cuomo resigned in disgrace, and you probably know why.
Governor's office kept
Sorry,
the
that was so
nursing home
loud.
death data secret.
Cuomo aggressively groped an aide.
Inappropriately touched a female state trooper.
Use of state resources for a COVID-19 memoir.
Less well-known
German
is what
and
he spent
Italian.
the last 4 years doing, besides getting trounced in the Democratic primary. In
Period.
2022, Cuomo started Innovation Strategies, LLC, to represent individuals and corporations in a variety of matters.
Keep that in mind, Innovation Strategies LLC, okay? This is Cuomo's way of embezzling money.
Definitely not vague. Last year, it raked in more than $500,000. Who paid for Cuomo's services? He refuses to say. But what journalists have been able to piece together is troubling. In
You know who
April,
paid for
Bloomberg-
Cuomo's services? You know who paid for Cuomo? The same people who paid for Donald Trump's campaign paid for Cuomo's. Why? Because Andrew Cuomo is just a different iteration of Donald Trump. They're both just New York sex pests. That's it.
revealed that Cuomo advised a cryptocurrency exchange based in the Seychelles as it faced federal investigations. Then in May, Politico reported that Cuomo failed to disclose $2.6 million in stock options to the New York City Conflicts of Interest Board. His excuse? The stocks were technically owned by Innovation Strategies, LLC.
Which Cuomo is the sole proprietor of. This is like if I fucking... Valenti Media LLC is a real company. I'm a small business owner. But this is like if I was accepting hundreds of millions of dollars into Valenti Media LLC and I said, hey, I'm not the one accepting it. I'm an individual. Chris Valenti is an individual. That's a company. Shut the fuck up. It's yours.
Of which he's the sole proprietor. Finally, in June, the New York Times uncovered that Cuomo had worked with his longtime friend Andrew Farkas on a luxury marina project in Puerto Rico.
Anybody else know who Andrew Farkas is? Because you're about to.
Farkas's previous partner on luxury marinas in the Caribbean? Jeffrey Epstein.
Hey, Cuomo, why are you on the Epstein list? Hey, Fredo, why are you on the fucking Epstein list?
Had a finance chair like none other, Andrew Farkas.
That's the thing about Andrew Cuomo. Once you think you found out about all of his scandals, you find out about another, and then another, and then probably another. But if my friend, the disgraced former governor of the
Hey, he's not corrupt, he's just Italian!
state of New York feels that's unfair, Habibi, release your client list.
Oh, and dude, calling him Habibi? Dude, calling a Republican like Andrew Cuomo, I know he's a registered Democrat, but you're a fucking idiot if you think he's a Democrat. Calling a Republican Habibi is like the equivalent of stabbing them, dude. They can't take it. They can't accept it, bro. They like, how dare you speak to me in that language? It's fucking pathetic. Anyway, so, yeah, listen. Sorry for the burp there. Andrew Cuomo is cut from the same cloth as Donald Trump. Multi-millionaire, elitist, piece of shit, sex pest from New York. And if you vote for Andrew Cuomo to be the mayor of New York City, stop speaking. Shut the fuck up and go lick a lead paint wall. Verbatim, on God, on Jah. Anyway, now we're going to move on to Trump on the Squawk Box in MSNBC. Sorry, not MSNBC, on CNBC, where he's just screaming bloody murder about having the best approval rating out of any American president in history, which is complete and total bullshit. But let's watch.
One of those,
I have the best poll numbers I've ever had.
Among
I
Republicans.
have poll numbers where I'm 71%. I have the best poll numbers. Look,
those are among Republicans. You know you've got...
No. Among Republicans, I'm at 94 and 95%.
First of all, there's two things wrong here. You think your approval rating among all Americans is in the high 70%? That's insane. That's delusional, okay? And now you want to think... Let's move on to the other one. Within the Republican Party, you think your support is at 95%? This is my thing. I don't think Trump is lying, right? Trump lies all the time. I actually think this fat orange fascist truly believes that 78% of the country is in support of him and 95% of his party is. I actually think, and the reason why is because he's surrounded himself with yes men and sycophants. Stephen Miller, Taylor Greene, Stephen Miller, fucking Pete Hegseth, Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem. All these people do is blow smoke up his ass, and I actually think that he believes this shit.
No, I'm talking about generally. Let me put it this way. There was a gentleman on Harry Emden yesterday on CNN, and he went crazy over how well Trump was doing. Now,
I fucking hate when he talks in the third person, bro. It is so goddamn weird.
You know, you don't put that on because I think CBS is a shade.
CBS.
Actually, CNN's a shade better than NBC. I think NBC is probably the worst of them all. But if you check CNN tomorrow, watch Harry Emden, and you'll see about the numbers. But that's okay. We have to defend ourselves, Joe.
I know, but there are other... They can cite... Your haters cite polls that have you down in the 30s, Mr. President. And
that's because that's where his polling numbers are.
Fake polls, Joe. I had a lot of fake polls. You also have me in the 70s. I have fake polls.
Republican. One of those,
I have the best.
Dude, I love at the end there. Look at him. Listen to him. He goes, with Republicans.
I have fake polls.
Republican.
It's like talking to a fucking brick wall, dog. And this is only one part of it. I got another part of it here. It's fucking embarrassing. Big shout out to Brian Tyler Cohen for this clip here.
Texas. Now we're gonna do mid-year or midterm.
You talk about the fucking midterms? How are you on the news, you fucking dipshit? They're about to start talking about midterms and gerrymandering, like, because you know that the Republicans in Texas are trying to redraw the districts so that there can be a Republican supermajority. And it's gotten to the point where Democrats in Texas, Democrat lawmakers, have fled the fucking state. And in response, the Republican lawmakers in Texas are trying to arrest them and throw them in prison.
Gerrymandering based on that's going to be a quid pro quo or something with in blue states now, Mr. President. Did you?
Well, they did it to us. You know those blue states that you're talking about. You know,
they
somebody
started it. They started it. We have fucking children in charge of the most powerful nation on planet Earth, bro. Come on, give me back my frames.
Example, in Massachusetts, I think 41% of the vote. It's a very, blue state. And yet it's got 100% of Congress, 100%. So I got 41% or something. And yet 100% of Congress in Massachusetts. No, it shouldn't be that way. We should have a couple of Congress people, but we have none. And think of this, 100%. In Illinois, where you have probably the dumbest of all governors, Illinois, that guy is really the business is flowing out of his state. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing that Pritzker's doing. He was the black sheep of the family. They threw him out of the business. But in Illinois, what's happened is
wait, black sheep of the family? Bro, that's you. You were the black sheep of the family. Your dead as fuck older brother was the actual good son. You know, your older brother Fred, the one who's super fucking dead? Yeah, that one was the good son. Yeah, I know your father was also a failed fucking businessman, but bro, you are literally the black sheep of your fuck-ass family.
And you notice they go to Illinois for safety, but that's all gerrymandered. California's gerrymandered. We should have many more seats in Congress in California. It's all gerrymandered. And
So they're not even fucking high. They're not even saying, no, we're not gerrymandering. He's saying, yeah, no, we're gerrymandering, and we fucking deserve to gerrymander. We deserve to redraw your fucking districts. This is the most corrupt man who's ever had the office of the presidency, and I mean that wholeheartedly. If you disagree with me, you're wrong and a fucking idiot.
We have an opportunity in Texas to pick up 5 seats. We have a really good governor, and we have good people in Texas. And I won Texas. I got the highest vote in the history of Texas, as you probably know. And we are entitled to 5 more seats.
I don't know.
Oh, you're entitled to 5 more seats. No, you're entitled to suck my dick. That's what you're entitled to do, Donald Trump.
I'd have to check on that, and you know they expect.
Check it. Why don't you check it, Brian?
The fact checkers expect us to check everything you say on the phone.
I want you to
but
check
for
it. I
4
don't say
years, those
anything to
fact
you
checkers
that's wrong.
didn't fact check anything that was said about. We don't need to relitigate that.
What? Why don't you fucking cup his balls too while you give him a twist off? You fucking piece of shit.
Either, but
and also look at his fucking buck tooth, you hideous motherfucking cracker.
Joe, why don't you check it, okay? Because I'd like you to. I got the highest vote in the history of Texas, okay?
That he's entitled.
Thank you, Brian Tyler Cohen, for that fucking clip, by the way. Make sure everybody goes and subs to Brian Tyler Cohen. But, like, I don't understand why people are surprised by this when Donald Trump is constantly trying to bend any and every poll. Look at this one.
And what we've done with the ventilators.
That's so loud.
And with the medical equipment and with testing. You know, testing is a double-edged sword. We've tested now 25 million people. It's...
Watch this.
Probably 20 million people more than anybody else. Germany's done a lot.
Dude, this isn't COVID. This is when he said he was like, we actually don't have a lot of COVID, and we need to stop doing the tests. You're doing too many tests. Because if you keep doing tests, we're going to know how many fucking people have COVID. This guy, this is all he fucking does.
South Korea's done a lot. They call me, they say, the job you're doing, here's the bad part. When you do testing to that extent, you're going to find more people. You're going to find more cases. So I said to my people, slow the testing down, please. They test and they test. We got tests that people don't know what's going on.
This is why I'll never forgive Trump supporters. We didn't know he was going to do this. Yes, you fucking did. You inbred redneck hick. Yes, you fucking did. And the reason why I know you did is because I fucking knew. And everybody else fucking knew. And we were screaming bloody murder before I even had a fucking microphone. You knew, and you will not be forgiven for your fucking transgressions against the American people. Look at this, bro. Now, we're going back to Trump being absolutely horrified. Trump is locking himself in the White House. He's getting the fucking tanks out. He's getting the National Guard. Soon it's going to be the Marines. He's got FBI agents. He just federalized the entire D.C. police. Trump is so fucking afraid, and his lash out is being used by the weirdest fucking people on the world. There's a 22-year-old named Big Balls, who's a former Doge employee who got jumped because he's a fucking idiot in the middle of D.C., right? He got jumped, and because of that, that's the whole reason why Trump wants to federalize D.C., or allegedly. It's a false flag operation. The plan to federalize D.C. began back during his fucking birthday party. Give me back my frames! Now we're going to watch Caroline No-Lip Cunt Levitt talk about giving Big Balls the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Given the heroic actions of a member of this administration just a few blocks from this building, will the president consider giving the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Big Balls?
The heroic actions. You mean Big Balls getting jumped by 2 15-year-olds, one of which was a goddamn woman? You got your ass beat by 2 15-year-old kids. One of them's a chick. Shut the fuck up, Big Balls.
I haven't spoken to him about that, but perhaps it's something he would consider. I'll ask him and get back to you, Benny. Thanks for being here. Gabe.
Dude, I hate her fuck ugly cunt ass smile. I hate that goddamn skin suit bitch. Oh, and then another one that I wanted to point out. A couple of weeks back, or maybe it was last week, Donald Trump straight up just said some fucking eugenics stuff. Frame's bad. Nothing I can do about it. Donald Trump just said some straight up eugenics ass shit where he said that Latinos are designed to do back-breaking labor and that they're incapable of breaking their backs because if they do, they'll die. Yeah.
with a pass back in legally, and we're doing things that are very difficult to do and very complex, but it works really well. We're sending them back, and then...
Oh, real quick, Chatter says, thanks for blowing out my ears. Legit hearing ringing, listening on headphones, by the way. Good!
They're schooling, they're learning, they're coming in legally. We have a lot of that going on, but we're taking care of our farmers. We can't let our farmers not have anybody, these people, you can't replace them very easily. People that live in the inner city are not doing that work. They're just not doing that work. And they've tried, we've tried, everybody tried. They don't do it. These people do it naturally. I said, what happens if they get it to a farmer the other day? What happens if they get a bad back? He said, they don't get a bad back, sir, because if they get a bad back, they die. I said, that's interesting, isn't it?
That's eugenics. That's saying that an entire race of people are predisposed to do back-breaking labor. That's eugenics. This man truly does believe in what he's saying. He believes that all of you Latinos watching this, you, Nelson, one of my mods, he believes that you were brought into this world to carry heavy things. That's it. Any other dreams or aspirations you have, fuck you and get out of the nation. That's what the President of the United States believes. Thank you, Laura, for becoming a loyalist. I mean, this shit, you couldn't write it. You couldn't write it. Now, I want to point out one other thing, which is about, like, all these fucking people say Donald Trump isn't racist. Fuck you.
I will say I've never seen this man say a racist thing. I think the attacks are fairly... Why is that funny, Charlamagne?
I'm just like... It's hysterical. But I mean, because people act like there's no such thing as Google or we don't have TV.
I will say
I've never heard Donald Trump say a racist thing. What about when he tried to get the Central Park 5 executed? 5 innocent young black men he tried to get executed. He poured millions of dollars into a campaign to get these innocent kids executed for a crime they didn't commit. Yeah, or someone in chat just goes, they're eating the dogs. About Haitians? They're eating the dogs, he said. And these dumb fuck red hat wearing dipshit crackers fucking bought it. They're eating the dogs. You stupid fucking idiots. I can't, listen, I can't. I don't have anything else for you today. It's the same shit, different story. Donald Trump is a fat fascist idiot, and his fucking inbred dick-sucking followers are going to listen to everything he says. Yes, Daddy! Make America great again! You fucking pathetic boot-licking cuck. Boot-licking cuck. I'll give you one piece of hope here. Everybody has a role to play when it comes to dismantling a fascist regime. Now, whether that is you making a TikTok edit of Karl Marx shooting laser beams out of his eyes, or whether that's doing political commentary on YouTube, or whether that's going out in the streets and protesting, everybody has a role to play. And you cannot win a game of chess with one single piece. Every piece has to work in synchronicity. So if you think you're not doing enough, you are. You are. I'm Chris Valenti. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. If you do want to help support this channel financially, because I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a billionaire or a government, then please feel free to donate to the channel. There's numerous ways you could do it, and every last dollar goes into putting this organization forward. Other than that, click that video over there. It's a banger. And I know bangers. Good job, guys. Good job, guys. Oh, good job, guys. Oh, wow, good job, guys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, good job, guys. All right. Thumbnail time. Thumbnail. Thumbnail. Thumbnail time. Thank you, Kadhafi, for becoming a loyalist. I really appreciate that. We want a gross-ass picture of Cuomo. That'll be the one. It's funny because almost every picture of Cuomo is so fucking gross because his face looks like a fucking highway map. His face literally looks like a road map, dude. This is episode 203. Alrighty, we're gonna go to. We gotta get Zohran as well. I gotta get a Zohran. Trump is the 47th president. Yeah, he is. Huh? This is breaking news to me. This is breaking news. How are you doing, Chris? I'm doing good. How you doing? Oh, you're explaining 8647? My bad. My apologies. Whew. You guys remember when Republicans were absolutely freak tweaking, losing their minds over 8647? Fucking hilarious shit, dude. You gonna be live for the Trump-Putin meeting? I don't think it's gonna be live. Their meeting. I don't think we are gonna get to see or hear anything that is said in that meeting, bro. Is the Patreon and YouTube separate? Yeah, Patreon is one thing, YouTube is another. When are you going to stream? Where are you going to stream when YouTube asks for an ID? Here. I'm not just going to fucking abandon this platform. Put a lot of work into building this. We need a tiny Epstein. Do you have Canva Pro? Yes. It's 100 degrees and my balls have been hot since 8 a.m. Do I just jump off a bridge at this point? No, that's never the solution. Just cool your balls, bro. You should get a testacuzzi. It's a little jacuzzi for your balls. You could adjust the temperature. It's pretty cool. All right, what do you guys think about this? It may be too loud. This may be too loud. What do you guys think? Too loud? It's balanced. Yeah. Fuck it. We roll. Fuck it. We ball. Excuse me. All right, let's get this video uploaded. Bro, I have the Halo 2 Mjolnir theme in my fucking head. Unreal. Unreal shit. You know how it is. You know how it is. You know how it is. For real. Chris, take a rip. I haven't smoked once today. It's actually fucking crazy of me. It's actually delusional. I have laser tag tonight. Can't wait. All right, this video needs a title. Peace out, Lindsay Pruitt. You have a good one. Okay, so this is going to be breaking Cuomo on the Epstein list. Can I come? I mean, you can. Hold on. Cuomo on the Epstein list. Trump is losing his mind on live TV. Okay. Viewer laser tag when? Yeah, the only problem is if I do like a public laser tag thing, I'm going to have to get armed fucking security at that place. I have far too many ops for me to just give up my location to people. Far too many ops. I ain't even joking. I ain't even joking. Okay. Breaking. Cuomo on the Epstein list. Trump is losing his mind on live TV. Publish. All right. That'll be up soon. That'll be up soon. Hell fucking yeah, brother. Hell fucking yeah, brother. Yeah, no, I have like the Legion of Doom hunting me down, bro. The Legion of Doom is unironically hunting me down. It's terrible. It's fucking terrible, bro. But I'm quick. I'm fast, you know? I'm really fast. Hold on. Do I even have Nelson's phone number? I think I do. I don't think I do. Jack's here. Hi, Jack. Yeah, no, I just meant for laser tag. If Nelson wants to come, I'm going to have to text him where. Bro didn't save Nelson's number. I don't think I ever had Nelson's number. Have been the whole time. Jack, I know you're fucking here, you son of a bitch. But Nelson, you want to come laser tagging? We're going to like 8. What did I miss? Well, we made a video. You missed that. Probably other shit. You have texted me his number? Well, I fucking didn't save it. So fuck you, suck my dick, and send me the number again.
A decade after the Supreme Court's landmark Obergefell decision extending the right to marriage to same-sex...
Oh, yeah, the Trump regime is getting rid of gay marriage, by the way. That's not hyperbole. That's not a joke. The Supreme Court has been formally asked to overturn same-sex marriage, and the Supreme Court has packed 6-3 in Trump's favor. They are going to completely get rid of the right for gay marriage in the United States of America.
Couples across the country, the Supreme Court could soon consider whether to take up a case asking them to overturn it. Joining us now to discuss is Tom Dupree. He served as the Deputy Assistant Attorney General in the Bush administration.
Yo, real quick, for all the gays who voted for Trump, eat shit, you fucking pathetic idiot. You're a chicken for KFC, you fucking idiot.
And is a constitutional law attorney. So if you would, Tom, just to start off here, can you explain to our viewers who this petitioner is in this case, what her argument is for overturning the ruling that granted same-sex
couples. Bro, why are you smiling? Bro, why are you fucking grinning? I get it. Oh, you're on CNN. It's huge. It's big for your career. Not the time and the place. Why are you grinning?
Nationwide, and why that is so significant here.
Sure. Well, the person involved is Kim Davis, and she's a clerk in Kentucky who basically disagreed with the Supreme Court's decision legalizing same-sex marriage and essentially refused to comply with what the Supreme Court said. In other words, she wouldn't issue same-sex marriage certificates and that sort of thing. So there was a lawsuit involving that. She lost the lawsuit. She is now asking the United States Supreme Court to get involved and hear her case. And she's asked the court to reconsider the Obergefell decision. That's the one that legalized same-sex marriage, and invited the court to take her case and reverse that decision.
What is the likelihood that the High Court would take this up?
I think it's unlikely. Anyone can ask the Supreme Court to take their case, but the Supreme Court actually takes very few of the cases that it's presented with. Here, I think it's unlikely they're going to take it. There certainly are.
This is the same thing they said about Roe v. Wade. Oh, it's unlikely that they'll overturn Roe v. Wade. Well, they did. Anybody who has faith in the Supreme Court is so fucking stupid, dude. It's not outside of Trump's power. Trump owns the Supreme Court. Fucking Jesus Christ. That guy's so fucking stupid. Look at Fox, bro.
Welcome back. The EPA announcing a fix to diesel exhaust fluid guidance aimed at helping America's farmers, truckers, and equipment operators. Joining me now live from the Iowa State Fair is EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin and U.S. Small Business Administrator Kelly Loeffler. Great to have you both here. Thank you so much for being here. And Lee, I want to kick things off with you. Tell us about DEF, diesel exhaust fluid.
Oh, shut the fuck up with your diesel exhaust. Shut your stupid fucking mouth. God, I fucking hate Fox News so much. Well, I'm just sending Nelson a link. Make an account. Then reserve. There we go. Yo, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed if Nelson stabs me to death or something, like if Nelson's actually one of my ops and he's been embedded as a mod and like as soon as he sees me he kills me, I'm gonna be so fucking angry. Let me text my boys. Of course, it was Kim Davis, the woman who was married 4 times and divorced 3 times. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is a soft coup, what we're witnessing. You're American. You shouldn't be afraid of anyone. The NSA and CIA kind of overprotective. Brother, that's who I'm afraid of. My own government. That's who I'm afraid of, bro. This is America. Don't get you sleeping up. I mean. Anyway, I went to the gym yesterday for the first time in a while. It was lit. Good. Going to the gym is very important. You got to be going to the gym. No, you're good. You're just a nerd, not a threat. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Luigi, what are you doing? 我们去进组里去上场，哭着来要糟糕老就有，让我们进组里继续洋洋去心有，我们去。进组里去上场。What do you think about land value tax? I don't even know what the fuck that means, bro. I don't even know what the fuck that means, bro. Real talk, you're a legit fantastic singer. I know, I keep that one for a rainy day. This whole career ends. I'll just come out and fucking start some singing career. All I wanted was you. You like that? Anyway, fuck all of you. Yeah, I think Trump is actually gonna fucking meet Trump, Putin. Alaska. It looks like Trump is actually going to meet Putin in Alaska, which is fucking nuts. Russians hail historic Alaska ties ahead of Trump-Putin. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's seen as symbolic by some Russians who are framing it as a nod to historic ties and a chance for closer relations in the future. Yeah, no, Kyiv's like the future of Ukraine is literally going to be decided in this fucking meeting, by the way. Is Trump going to give back Alaska? I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him. Alaska's story began as Russian, continued as American, and now has the chance to become a shared chapter if both sides choose to see it as an opportunity rather than a threat. Yo, what? Are you going to give pieces of Alaska to the Russians? What? What the fuck? He said he was going to Russia yesterday. Yeah, that was weird where he said, I'm going to go to Russia to meet Putin. He's not going to Russia. He's going to Alaska. And that's not like a flub that you can just make. Alaska used to be Russia. And now you're going to Alaska to meet Putin and you're referring to it as Russia. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. Holy shit. It's going to be a land swap, dude. If Putin is like, I'll end the war, Donald. You just have to give me Anchorage, Alaska, and then I will no longer attack Ukraine. Trump's stupid enough to actually think he means that. Give him Anchorage, Alaska, and then Putin keeps going. Not even fucking kidding. Trump is stupid enough to do that. Hundo P. Hundo P. That's fucked. What about the outdoor boys? Yeah, they're cooked. It's going to be the outdoor boys versus all of Russia. Yeah, I wonder if Trump even knows Alaska's a state. He probably doesn't. Who's your favorite right-wing MAGA grifter? Probably the older millennial. Fucking morbidly obese man who pisses his fucking pants and preaches like, don't resist, and then resists when cops try to arrest him to the point where he gets tased. Dude, this fucking guy, he's probably my favorite one, dude. He's definitely the most pathetic. And the worst part is, I'm frankly certain he does that shit for free. Like, there are Republicans out there who are, like, getting money from the GOP to just lie. I think that fat fuck does it for free. That fat fucking piss boy. That alcoholic fat fucking piss boy. I think he does that shit for free. Which is insane. Yeah, is that real? Yeah, dude. He resisted arrest. He got tased. I saw the body cam footage. It's on YouTube. He resisted arrest, he got tased, and then he pissed himself and couldn't stop pissing himself and goes, I'm sorry, I'm peeing, I can't stop peeing, I'm sorry, officer, I'm sorry. It was the funniest, most cathartic shit to watch I've ever seen in my life. Unbelievable. Unbelievably funny. Thank you for the $5. You think Trump runs for a third term? Absolutely. Absolutely. That footage is so fucking funny, dude. Yeah, he does that for the love of the game. I commented I can't stop weeing and was blocked in 24 hours. That's unbelievable. Dude, I pop into his lives like every night. I popped into one of his live streams last night and was like, what's your take on the famine in Gaza? And he immediately fucking muted me. Immediately muted me and said, actually, you don't get to care about children. You murdered your own child. And he's talking about me with my ex getting an abortion. We're talking about fucking Gaza, bro. Huh? Huh? Oh, I fucking love Jack Frags, bro. Who do you think Trump would sell Michigan to? The fucking White Walkers or Winterfell? I don't know. Oh no, you got muted and owned. Oh no! Yeah, didn't Israel kill like 30 fucking Al Jazeera reporters and one bomb?
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is defending his country's planned military takeover of Gaza City, even as that plan faces growing international condemnation. Netanyahu spoke by phone with Donald Trump about his intention to expand the war. And according to the Prime Minister's office, he thanked the U.S. president for his, quote, steadfast support of Israel. But the U.S. stands increasingly apart from allies, with more countries voicing their opposition to Israel's new war plan. Australia is the latest country to say it will recognize a Palestinian state at the UN General Assembly in September. Still, Netanyahu shows no signs of backing down.
I don't want to prolong the war. I want to end the war. Given Hamas's refusal.
Brother, then fucking stop killing them. What do you mean you don't want to prolong the war? You're fucking starving them to death, bro.
To lay down its arms, Israel has no choice but to finish the job and complete the defeat of Hamas.
Hamas. We have to defeat Hamas. We, the nation of Israel, we have to defeat Hamas. One by one, we have to kill the kids. Fucking what?
Half of the network Al Jazeera is mourning the loss of colleagues killed in an Israeli airstrike. The Israeli military says it deliberately targeted journalist Anas al-Sharif, accusing him of leading a Hamas cell. The director of the Al-Shifa hospital says al-Sharif was in a tent marked with a press sign at the time of the attack. In all, 7 people were killed, including at least 3 other Al Jazeera journalists. Before his death, al-Sharif responded to Israel's accusation, saying he was a, quote, journalist with no political affiliations. Al Jazeera is calling the killing a desperate attempt to silence voices ahead of the occupation of Gaza. The Committee to Protect Journalists released a statement reading, quote, Israel's pattern of labeling journalists as militants without providing credible evidence raises serious questions about its intent and respect for press freedom.
They don't have any respect for press freedom. They don't allow international journalists into the fucking war zone.
Journalists are civilians and must never be targeted. Those responsible for these killings must be held accountable.
Okay, then fucking hold Benjamin Netanyahu accountable. Arrest him and try him for his war crimes. Do it. You're not gonna, because Mossad owns the United States of America, and 70% of all American politicians are blackmailed by fucking Israel. What are we just joking around? Are we just joking around here?
The CPJ says 186 journalists have been killed in Gaza in the last 22 months. CNN's Nada Bashir is following all of these developments.
They're killing them all. They're just killing all the fucking journalists. Just fucking bodying them left and right. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a break. Or not really a break. I'm done. I'm going to go get ready for laser tag, have some food, walk the dog, do all the huge. When did you become woke and a commie? Pretty young. Pretty early on. I was raised by a Vietnam veteran, so it was pretty easy to become a woke commie. Anyway, Nelson, did you make an account? Make an account? All set up? Attaboy. Attaboy. Now, do me a favor, Nelson. Do me a favor. Don't shoot me. Okay? Very simple rule. Kidding. But I'm out of here, guys. Catch you. Have a good one. Have a good one. Have a good one. Bye.